Hello and welcome to this tutorial, and in this tutorial we'll be finally writing the code for the image capture. So once we have everything set up, the next thing which we do is that we go inside on create, and we first need to check if the user's device has a camera, and if the user's device does not have a camera, we need to disable this button right here, which is the capture button. So in order to do that, first we check if the user has a camera. So we specify a if condition. So we check a condition that if the user does not have a camera, so we type if not has camera. That means if the user does not have a camera, then we need to disable the button. So we type my button dot set enabled, and to this we pass in false. So this basically sets the button as disabled. So as you could see, it is showing us an error, and that is because we have not yet added the method for has camera. So in order to add a method for has camera, we type public, and as this method is going to return the value like if the user has a camera or not, we type in the return type as boolean. Then we type in the method name has camera, and inside it we specify the code which is eventually going to check if we have the camera for the device or not. So in order to check if the user has a camera, we simply return some value which is a boolean value. So we type return, and then we use the get package manager, which is eventually going to check if our device has a feature, and inside the feature we pass in the feature which we want to check. So the first thing which we do is that we use the package manager. So we type get package manager, then we give a dot, then we use the method which is has system feature, which is used to check if the system has a particular feature, and inside it we type in the feature. So we type package manager dot feature camera any, and this basically returns the value which is eventually going to be either true or false. So this package manager right here, or the has system feature, checks if the package manager has the camera, and if does not have a camera, then it is going to pass a value to this, and eventually this has camera method is going to return a boolean value which is either true or it is false, depending upon if the user's device has a camera or not. So now the next thing which we do is that if we switch to this capture right here, and if you go to the on click, we have specified a method which is called as launch camera, which is going to get executed when we click this button. So we are going to write the code for this method which is launch camera. So we hop over to this main activity and we write the code for launch camera right over here. So we type public void launch camera, and make sure that you have the same name as this, and to this we pass view. So inside this method, the first thing which we need to create is that we need to launch a intent for starting up the camera. So we type intent, let's name it as intent, then we type this equals new intent, and the first thing which we need to start is the image capture. So in order to do that, we use media store, then we give a dot operator, and we select the option which is action image capture, and it is going to perform the action of capturing an image. So now once we have the intent with us, we need to start the intent, and for starting an intent we use start activity for result. So we type start activity for result, and the first parameter which we are going to pass in is the intent. So we pass the intent which we have just created. So we type intent, and the second parameter is going to be, as we are going to request the image capture, we type request image capture. So this is basically going to request the intent to capture an image. So once we are done with this code right here pretty much takes care of the image capture, and once we have captured the image, the next thing which we need to do is that we also need to display the image. So in order to write code for displaying image, we go outside this launch camera and we simply hit alt insert for code completion, and we are going to use the override methods, and the method which we are going to override is the on activity results. So this is the method which we are going to use. So we simply click OK, and the method is going to be added for you. Now inside this method we are going to type in some code which is going to check if the image has been properly captured, and if it is captured, then we are going to get the image, and then we are going to set the image view to the image which we have. So in order to do that, first we are going to check if everything is okay. So we type if request code, if this is equal to request underscore image capture. So this is the first condition we are going to check, and we want to check if the request code is equal to result OK. So we type result code if this is equal to result underscore OK. So this basically says that everything is fine, and then we could proceed for further processing. So the first thing which we need to do is that we need to get the image. So in order to get the image, or in order to get the data, and that is because the data is specifically the image, so we type bundle extras equal data dot get extras. Now from the get extras we are actually going to get the data, and we are going to convert it into the bitmap type, and because the photo which we are going to display is going to be in the bitmap format. So first thing which we need to do is we create a bitmap variable. So let's name this variable as photo. Then we typecast the result to bitmap, and then in order to get the image from this extras, we type extras dot get, and inside this get we are going to actually extract the data. So basically what we have done here is that as we want to get the image which is in the data format, we have converted our image into the bitmap format. And now once we have this image in our photos in the bitmap format, we could use this variable to set the image view. So our image view name was my image view. Then we use the method which is called as set image bitmap. So we give a dot operator and type in set image bitmap, and we pass in the photo which we have just created. So once this is done, we are good to go. And for this application too, you won't be able to run this application on your emulator, and that is because your emulator does not have a camera. So what I am going to do is that I am going to run this application on my device, and I am going to record the video so that you will be able to see how this application performs. So as you could see, this is what I am able to see right now. So when I click this button, it is going to launch camera, and when I click a photo, it is going to click a photo, and it is going to show me an option retry and OK. So I hit OK, and as you could see, this is our image right here, which is my computer, and we have our capture button right here. So basically we are successful in creating our application. So that's it for this tutorial, and I hope you guys understood how to capture a photo in your Android application so that you could use it for further processing. Now in case you want to design an application in which you want to use this image further for applying filters to it or anything like that, then you could simply use the bitmap image which we have just created. So thank you very much for watching this tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thank you.